Monkey D. Luffy is the greatest representation of freedom in anime manga history, and I don't want to hear nothing about it.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're wondering why I'm using this mic, it's because my other mic actually shit the bed. Like, I'm not kidding, it stopped working 2 days ago and now I'm forced to do this. But regardless, welcome. If you've seen me in my YouTube shorts, welcome back. If you see me on TikTok, welcome back. If you've never seen me before in your life, welcome. Basically, what I'm going to be doing on this channel is anime commentary and conversations. Don't worry, I'll always put a spoiler alert so you guys can be aware. Just like this. But basically, today we're going to be talking about representations of freedom, specifically in One Piece and Attack on Titan. Freedom can be described as the power or right to act, speak, or think as someone wants without hindrance. Immediately, I don't think Eren is a good contender. Bro's entire story revolves around him basically trying to escape the walls at Jericho, and these walls are about 50 meters tall. That's 164 feet for those of you who don't speak metric. You're welcome. Luffy, on the other hand, by the second episode, we've already seen Bro in 3 different locations. His home, at sea with Alvida, and Shell Island, where he'll eventually meet Zoro. In the stories from the first episodes even parallel each other. In AOT, unfortunately, Eren has to watch as his mom becomes an animal cracker to the world's largest pair of veneers, while in One Piece, Luffy is literally fished out of a barrel, and then he tells the crew that fishes him out to get wrecked, beats all of them up, and inspires a little kid to follow his dreams. 2 very solid first episodes, but they portray freedom in very different ways. Eren gets traumatized for the rest of his life by an invading force, while Luffy is the invading force who ultimately changes the lives of those around him for the better. And as the show continues on, we see that Eren is forced time and time again to make decisions that he doesn't want to make, and he's also forced into danger, while Luffy and his 2 brain cells willingly run into danger without a fear or care in the world. And that's why I don't think Eren represents freedom. AOT is probably one of the greatest pieces of fiction ever written. Like, the story is so good, you could probably read it backwards and it'll still make sense and be just as good. Every single thing that happens, every plot point is connected in some way or the other. From the beginning of the series, they make it quite clear that Eren has to fight to do anything that he wants to, while Luffy just goes about doing anything he wants to and not letting anyone stand in his way. And when I say anyone, I mean anyone. Bro is literally a street fighter. He loves scrapping, and that's because he understands that conflict is a part of life. As long as he's strong enough to protect his friends, he really doesn't care. He'll do whatever he has to do to achieve his dream and goals. AOT is a more grounded and realistic story, while One Piece is its own world, which is beautiful but very different from ours. That is why you get this instead of this. Eren had to go through the first 3 seasons of the show to become a character with that kind of resolve. And even then, most of it was because he already saw the future. So he just followed the path that was already written for him. Which is kind of messed up in a sense, because all Bro ever wanted was to be free. And he got to a certain point where he felt like he could finally do something, only to find out, no, your fate has already been decided. Which is another interesting plot point about AOT. Eren's desire to be free and never actually being able to attain that. Which is like, it's basically the entire show is a joke on Eren and he doesn't know that, which is kind of sad, but you know. Luffy, however, writes his own story. He saved each member of his crew and then recruited them out to sea, and all of them follow their dreams together. Picks fights with people, runs up in their countries, overthrows their governments. Like, Bro really doesn't care, because all of it aligns with him becoming the Pirate King someday in the future, which is what he wants. Now, I understand that Eren wanted to be a scout before the walls fell. We got a hint of this in the first episode, right before shit hit the fan, but Ever since the walls broke and he had to literally watch his mother get eaten alive, Bro has not been the same. And who would be the same? He was basically a slave to his desire for revenge, and he did anything that he could to get himself closer to that point. His dream to be free and see the scouts was overtaken by his desire to eradicate all of the Titans. Luffy, on the other hand, when he sees his brother murdered in front of him, of course, Bro has a breakdown and goes off a little bit. But literally, he's like, well, you know, that's part of the job as pirates. And he names a move after his brother to always remember him, and then in turn takes that entire experience at Marineford and uses it to get stronger so that he can make sure nothing like that ever happens again. To me, that is the definition of freedom. He uses the things that are meant to keep him down as ways to propel himself forward and never lets anything derail him from his actual dream of becoming the Pirate King. And we don't even know what's Luffy's actual dream. We know he wants to become the Pirate King, but he says he has to become the Pirate King in order to make his true dream come true. The Straw Hats only found out recently at the end of Wano. Sorry, spoiler alert comes after. Conclusion though, both stories are phenomenal examples of freedom. AOT is about the fight for freedom, oppression, and what it does to people, and the consequences of that in the long run and how trauma affects people. One Piece is a phenomenal adventure story with a kaleidoscope of different characters, which really emphasizes the importance of being able to choose your own destiny and of self-autonomy. If you all like this video, leave a comment, definitely leave a like and subscribe. I got tons more great content coming up for y'all, especially leading up to Gear 5 July. So, see you guys.